An apartment complex reduced to rubble this midday as we see this new video from our helicopter. Local, state, and national investigators are all descending on the scene as the search for victims continues.
When I got there, I seen a little girl climbing out the debris.
We lost everything, clothes and everything. It's sad.
Heartbreaking. Now residents are left with nothing, and they're trying to figure out what's next. Welcome to Midday. I'm Erica Lopez. It's now been 22 hours since that explosion rocked an Oak Cliff apartment building. The investigation into what happened is just beginning. Here's what we know right now. At least 3 people are dead. This includes a child, but there could be more victims. Local, state, and federal investigators, they're all heading to the scene, and the community support for victims is pouring in. We have team coverage, starting with our Chris Sadeghi live on the scene. Chris, what's the latest?
Well, Erica, we're still awaiting our first update of the day on how the search and recovery is going. They did work through the night. We have confirmed so far 3 people have died, 2 women and 1 child. So far, we do not know their identities, and we also don't know just how many people are still unaccounted for, but we do know Sylvia Collins is missing. The Dallas Democratic Party confirmed that in a social media post. They say Collins is an advocate in the community. The early investigation indicated a construction crew hit a gas line and that while responders were on their way, something ignited the explosion, destroying the apartment building that contained 23 units, according to property records. In addition to searching the debris for more victims, they're also searching for any evidence or answers as to how and why the explosion happened. But this morning on Daybreak, we talked to a former firefighter and current OSHA authorized inspector about how this investigation will be conducted. And she said the first thing is checking to see if proper procedure was followed.
We have to look at the conditions, and then we have to look at the behaviors of the people. So a few things are suspect here. One is, did they call 811? 811 will locate these lines so that we don't hit them when drilling or going underground. And then we're going to look at what was going on with the people in the buildings too.
And we know that the NTSB is sending a team here to Dallas to help with the investigation because in addition to investigating plane crashes, they also investigate significant gas explosions such as this one. Erica, back to you.
Chris, thank you so much. And we want to show you video that was captured by a neighbor, a man escaping the chaos, still trying to process what happened as he's led away right there. Property records show that 23 units were inside of the building. We know that dozens are now without a home. One woman told us she had just moved in and now everything she owns is gone except the clothes on her back.
There's nothing left, nothing.
All of your stuff?
Everything I own, my kids' stuff, everything. Literally, this is all I have.
Morning, we know the Red Cross is working with first responders, assessing all of the needs. And the community is also stepping in to help with an event happening right now. We want to get to our Janelle Fort.
Well, yeah, as we know, in these moments of devastation, there is always an overwhelming amount of people, especially here in North Texas, who want to step in to help. But a lot of times the question becomes, where do I go and what do these families actually need? So that is why we were at Mission Oak Cliff this morning. They've been collecting donations since 9 o'clock this morning, have about an hour left in today's drive. And it's for these families of this explosion, families that for a lot of them walked away with almost nothing. So this morning we have Cliff Temple's senior pastor here, Gannon Sims. Thank you so much for being here with us this morning. Walk me through, I want to go back to yesterday, when you saw this explosion and then when you started coordinating this effort today.
Yeah, so we see an explosion, it's right out of our door, and we began listening to the needs of the neighborhood. So we asked how we could serve. We started serving water, snacks for the folks in need, first responders, and then last night the city asked us to begin coordinating the response. So we've got 23 folks affected. They've lost everything. So think about what you need if you'd lost everything. Food and clothes, of course, but also all of your home goods, all of your furnishings and that sort of thing. So that's really where today's drive is, the immediate needs, water, non-perishable food items and that sort of thing. But moving forward, how do we get gift cards and financial contributions to help these folks rebuild their lives?
And then obviously we have this drive today, but you guys also are going to be taking donations next week.
Yes, we take donations every day of the week, actually, because serving the homeless is what we do, and any of us could be homeless at any given time. So all next week we'll be receiving donations. We'll be receiving financial contributions specifically for these families. But hey, let's raise awareness of the fact that any of us can be homeless, and let's work together to help meet this need all across our city and across Oak Cliff.
And then real quick before I let you go, I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit. You know, obviously you're a pastor in this neighborhood. What would you say to these victims? What do you feel like they need to hear from you at this point?
Well, you need to hear that God in God's goodness is here to put the broken things back together again. And so many of us look around the world and we see these big problems, but this is a way that the Lord is meeting individual needs with the love of our community, with the love of Christ's church. And so we want to sit with people, and we want to hear their stories, and we want to really be in it with them for the long haul, not just flash in the pan, not just today, but sitting with them every day, which is what we do here at Cliff Temple Baptist Church.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here with us this morning. And we have all of the information about the donation drives on our website right now at WFAA.com. I'll send it back to you in the studio.
Janelle, thank you. We want you to stay with us throughout the day for any new information on this developing story. We'll bring you updates on air and on social media as we get them. And of course, we're keeping our eye on the weather this midday as well. After storms throughout the week, we do want to send things over to meteorologist Mariel Ruiz on what we can expect today and through the weekend. Less rain chances, Mariel.
Less rain chances. It'll be hard to come by a scattered shower or thunderstorm, but what everyone will experience will be the warmer weather and the humidity that's going to lead to a heat index during the afternoons. Today, a high near 92 degrees. We could see some isolated activity out to the west, and I'll show you that. Tomorrow morning, we start out at 76 degrees, a high near 93, with the potential for an isolated shower, most of us staying rain-free. And on Sunday, rain coverage looking even less likely, with a high near 94 degrees after starting the day off at 77. On Sunday, however, look at that, a heat index of 99 will be possible in the afternoon. What I'm noticing over the last hour is that we're seeing more cloud cover streaming into areas along the I-35 corridor. Meanwhile, we're seeing a few little showers trying to develop near Abilene. That's really where our highest rain coverage will be today. Will be to the west. Meanwhile, our temperature, it climbs to about 90 degrees by 2 this afternoon, 92 degrees around 4. That'll be the high. We stay low in the mid to low 90s through about 6. After that, temperatures are going to drop slightly by 10, still holding on to about 83 degrees with light winds. We'll take a closer look at our highs for today. Talk air quality alert because that is a factor today, and timeout rain chances for you. That's all coming up in just a bit, but first, a check of your roads with Stacia.
Thanks, Marielle. And it is, you know what, it's a little busy out there. We have some problem spots starting in the Duncanville area, right along I-20 westbound at Cedar Ridge. We're watching a pretty decent backup as a result of a collision there. And then just to the east of that, I-35E northbound at Loreland, an accident slowing things down there along the interstate. South of this location, right around DeSoto, another accident along I-35E, this time affecting the southbound side at Wintergreen. So those are just some areas to be aware of. Kind of this entire region, we're seeing these problems south of downtown Dallas, south of Loop 12. I-30 eastbound at Samuel, you have another stalled truck, and this time it's on the east side of the interstate. This morning we had a stalled truck at this exact intersection on the westbound side, and it took a while for it to get removed. And this one has been here a while too. So just prepare for that. Once again, that location, I-30 eastbound at Samuel, east of downtown Dallas. All right, Erica, back to you.
Stacia, thank you so much. And this midday, we're working to learn more about a developing story in Frisco. 3 students are recovering after a band tower collapsed. This happened at Frisco Centennial High School. The principal says the students were climbing on the tower and it suddenly gave way. No word on the condition of those students right now or what caused the tower to collapse. New at midday, former Attorney General Pam Bondi is testifying before the House Oversight Committee. Lawmakers pushed for months to question her about how the Justice Department handled the Jeffrey Epstein files under her leadership. The panel previously subpoenaed Bondi, but once she was ousted, the department argued she could no longer testify in an official capacity. It's unclear how much the committee will learn in the closed-door hearing. Bondi will not be under oath, and the interview will not be filmed. New developments in the war with Iran. President Donald Trump says he's meeting with aides to make a final determination on moving forward with the deal to extend a ceasefire. Sources tell ABC News negotiators from both countries believe he will sign off on it. That's raising expectations the Strait of Hormuz will soon reopen. And taking a look at how Wall Street is reacting to the news of the tentative peace deal, the Dow is up about 360 points or so right now.